Alright, what is up everyone? I'm going to be showing you a new broken champion build, runes, everything. A champion that's going to get you out of Emerald, Platinum. Get the hell out of there, Jinx. Get the hell out of there, Nami. Don't you die on me. Don't you. Okay, she's dead. I'm going to start topside. Anyways, this champion, this Hecarim, I think is the freest LP train in Emerald, Gold, Plat. Those three divisions right now, it's looking like this champ's just so free. Super broken, super good to play. I highly recommend you guys dabble in it. I think it's super free right now. I've been going the Ghostblade or Stridebreaker Mythic. And also for first item, you either rush Ghostblade. This game we're going to rush Ghostblade. They're pretty squishy. Or you go more into Spear of Sojin Rush into your second Mythic, which is Stridebreaker or Gore Drinker. But yeah, I kind of get down with the Ghostblade Rush right now. I think it's quite nice. And for other stuff, yeah, Conqueror is just better than Sorcery right now. Conqueror is just better because Bezos got nerfed. So I've just been going Conqueror with Celerity second. So it just kind of feels pretty good. And I think this champ's just free LP, like super broken. Super easy to play and super easy to just get better at. So here you always want to play Hecarim with the, specific playstyle in mind. And the most success I have when I play Hecarim, it's all about full clear. You just have to have the mentality about, if I get a full clear off, that's a win. And also when you're doing camps, just kind of pull it to keep your stacks going. It doesn't have to be perfect, but like just do what I'm doing here. And in this game, I'm just gonna full clear. If I was against like an aggressive jungler, I would ward here in fear of getting invaded, and then I might start something like so I would start something like my Krugs and skip red and just do red after. But here I feel pretty safe. It's a Shyvana. She probably won't level 3 gank me. She's a full clear jungler as well, so I'm going to save my ward. And just be sure you play to kind of full clear with that in mind. And it should be really good for you. And you always want to gank after your full clear if you need to, or just play for crab. This game I think I'm going to have to gank because balling is looking really free. But even though they're fighting right now, if I go now, I don't have E because we do 2 points in Q, which is much better, but I'm not really worried because I will find an opportunity. And here you see how I kind of drag my ability like that. It's just really nice to have. Here I'm gonna get the Q up. I'm gonna just get the auto, so I'm gonna keep autoing. I'm gonna try to juke his Q. Juked it. Auto one more time and beautifully done. Here I would not tax the wave. It's not that good to tax your laner because laners are fragile, like a delicate rose. They will fume at the very sight of wrongdoing, so you have to play around their emotions a little bit. Also, because of the the whole nerf to jungle, you honestly don't get that much experience. The debuff is really terrible early game. You get so little experience, so it's not even worth it to tax people. Just always focus on your jungle camps. So here, really good early game for me. What I do is I do my CDR boots always. Priority item number 1. Get those CDR boots. They're just so efficient for your clear. You need that CD cooldown reduction. Your W is just such an important part about this new playstyle. It just, once you max this out with your new build, you're just gonna be killing people so much. You're gonna be so sick of killing people. You're gonna be like, no, please stop giving me so much gold when you play this champion and you build like this and when you play it like this. So here, what do we do? Okay, we started topside, and you just have to go back to where you started. Always restart that full clear. Full clear junglers, it's really important to just keep repeating the cycle of full clear. Full clear gank, full clear gank. There are situations where you can just interrupt your full clear, but you generally don't want to screw up your pathing this early. If you can just get away with full clearing, like what I'm doing right now, it's just very good for the game. Here I'm gonna auto Q to keep my stacks going. Danger ping my bot. If they can live, it's really good. And yeah, I want to play to help my balling. I want my balling to live. And I want to fight bot side. So here I'm going to be able to make it here. And we're going to look for a kill after this Pyke goes for an E. Unfortunately, I don't have Q stacks, but I think it won't be a problem. So we start E. And we're just going to have to try to dodge CC abilities like the Swain. Able to hit that one. Beautiful. Hit the Q. This is a situation where we will push because Jinx is so far away that we can just instantly one-shot this wave. And as the game progresses, it gets a little more efficient to kind of steal waves like that. Plus, what's important when you push a wave is to make sure it crashes. So here I could see this wave was here. So once it gets into tower range, it auto focuses the tower, and that's called crashing the wave. That's important. If you ever want to push a wave, make sure it crashes, because that what happens is in return it starts to push in the opposite way, which is very good for the Jinx, because now this wave is going to push right back to her. She doesn't even need to stand here. She should just be standing here and waiting for the wave to catch, because now it's perfectly going to push straight towards her. So it's a gift. We gifted the Jinx that wave. And both laners missed something, but we're super accelerated. And, you know, what you notice when you press tab here is the fact that, you know, my CS is just incredibly high. I'm playing very heavily towards these full clears. Like, I'm full clear killing, full clear killing. You know, that's like my mindset. Even if I don't kill, even if I die, but if the fact that I full cleared is itself what's important when you play something like Hecarim. I think people can't pick up Hecarim because they find it too difficult to just like avoid getting like pinged to help laners. Like, you're gonna get baited a lot by people to try to help them, but that's really incorrect. You just have to kind of say no to that, and you just have to play your own game pretty much. Here I could full clear, have such a good buy advantage that I do want to potentially fight this Shyvana. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna W, see what camps are up here. No camps are up by Shyvana. Okay, we'll probably go farm then. I think Kayle will be gankable because she needs to push this wave in, right? So we see she kind of like W'd already. So we're just going to walk in. And we're just going to try to get the gank going. Here, I'm just going to Q once to keep my stacks going. And I'm just going to chase. I'm not going to R because R is more for her flash. In that situation, if she flashes, we ulti, right? That's super good. And here, because we see Shyvana bot side, it's actually good to start Herald. This is a good Herald timer because we killed the top laner. Shyvana is bot side. So it's just, if you have a chance to just take an early Herald like this, just always do it. And what you notice is I don't take any hits from the auto attack. Every time you proc the eye, it will do this auto animation. So what you have to do, after you hit the eye, you have to move again. So here I hit the eye, I move again. Try not to get hit by the Herald. It's just so easy to not get hit by it. Here you could freeze it a bit, but I have smite up, so I don't have to freeze it for an extra eye hit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go and try to do my Gromp here. If you watch my videos, you know I talk a lot about quadrant farming, so sometimes it's important to basically have a really important power spike, like my Mythic is really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of play for that item spike. So I'm just going to base right after this because we farmed one quadrant. It's going to give us a good base. We have the Herald reset, so this is a really good timer. I could have based instantly and then farmed like opposite side, but you know, it's okay to be a little greedy. If I just, you see how this quadrant is now cleared, it's going to respawn later in the game, and that's like the important thing that's going to help us make sure we're not going to hurt ourselves farming. If you follow this tip, I'm promising you, you're going to be like a 10 times better player. You're going to climb so high. You're going to be sick of winning so many games if you follow my guide. So here it gets to the point where now there's a lot of things happening on the map. And we're so strong, we could do literally anything. So now we have to do something called decision making. So what do we need to do? Well, we have jungle camps to farm, so that's priority number one. Let's just clear the jungle and see if, you know, the situations around the map become more obvious. Maybe a mid fight becomes more obvious, or maybe bot side starts to fight. So here, I think this is a good time for us to actually fight. I'm going to pink to drop that. Remember, we have R if she flashes, so we just push her back. Just like that, remember. We don't R unless we have to, right? We don't need to. I'm so strong that I can kind of see that. Okay, they're probably going to try to do something here. Here's a good Herald to do. You know, I should have Herald early because this is a nice spot. Mid tower, big wave. Enemy mid dead. Enemy jungle dead. This is a good Herald, so we're going to go for this opportunity here. And we're so good with this position that we're just going to keep going and just barrack this mid tower. I'm going to drop my mid tower here. Okay, I mean, that guy's dead again. And here we're going to base. This is where we go. This is where the build gets interesting. Now we're going to go into the Spear of Stotion. I don't like Cleaver. I know some people... I actually don't build Cleaver at all. I think Cleaver's about... when you go Spear of Sojourn on Hecarim, I don't think you need Cleaver at all. So what I like to do is I go straight into my Spear of Sojourn second. Usually I would go here and start clearing down, but it was so spicy bot that I thought maybe I needed to be here. I'm gonna see if there might be in a delayed position. Usually they'll base here, but it doesn't look like they stayed. It's perfectly okay. I'm snowballing. I want to make sure my laners are not all losing, plus crab spawning, so we have something to farm. Plus his bot side might be up, so we can farm that as well. There's always opportunities. You don't think I wasted my time. I just take whatever. No, I just make some slight adjustments to like what's going on. Gromp is up. Excellent. We have a Gromp now. So here I'm gonna just see if anyone's even here. Okay, no one's here. Okay. Ooh, that hits me though. This guy is very killable. I'm just waiting for my Q stacks. The thing about Hecarim though is what you need to remember is if your stacks are up, it's a good fight. If you have Q stacks, you're gonna win like every fight, okay? Just remember that. If I have Q stacks, the fight's gonna go well. I'm just gonna kind of chunk her. She flashed. I have no R, so like diving is it's a bit risky. We're not looking to take risks. We're gonna see how much money for our item. Is it a bad dive? My conditions are not that good. I don't even have ghost up. I don't have R up. Diving, taking risks when you're ahead is super stupid. Like you should play a really slow game. Like your plan, your mindset should just be to, like if there's no farm up, then maybe you can make a play like that. But like overall, like I have so much jungle I could just be farming. I have like nothing to worry about. My R is not even up yet. Hecarim is one of those champions. If you're gonna make plays, make sure you have your R up. You're just his ability to make plays without R is just not that good. Even this, like if I run into them without R, it's just not. It doesn't hit the same. Like it may get me something, but mostly it's a waste of time. What I do need is this ulti to come up. And when my R is up, it's just like game changing. Like my plays are just so much more. Also, when my R is up, objectives will start to spawn. You know, sometimes you have to, you know, generally play for objectives too. Like I want my R to be up for this objective timer, stuff like that. Beautifully done. You know, we perfectly played that out. Those Q stacks, you gotta love it, man. Q stacks are on, we're good to go. No need to fear. Inori, the Jungle King, is here. And we're gonna base off to that. That was a perfect timer. We got the ulti off, we got the plays off. This game is perfect. This is how you're gonna win your snowballs. Your games in this, like, you know, plat division and gold and emerald. You know, you're gonna play Hecarim, you have to play with this mindset, the one I'm explaining perfectly. And when you get so accelerated, when you get so farmed up, look at the CS, you start to play more for objectives. This is where I'm going to start to get Herald. What are my goals on the map? Now, you know, farming gets less worth. Usually after my second item, it's less important to farm. This is usually where it's about to start. You need to start to break the game open. You want to win, right? You don't want to just AFK farm continuously. You need to start like diving people and getting kind of these tower plates and stuff like that. My man was like, okay, Shyvana. Do you need help, baby girl? I know here, I'm just gonna check whatever positions I'm in. I'm just gonna make sure I see it. Okay. Now this is my next goal. I do want to kill her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try to get an E off on kill. Bait that R off. And perfectly done. This is really how you want to snowball these games. Wait for them. You know, patience is a virtue. Patience is very important. And this Herald crashes this tower. Next patch too, it's even more important to play for these towers. These towers are going to give you so much gold. If you want to snowball games, if you want to win games, you're going to have to play very much around like these towers. You know, towers are objectives. I just think it's less about farming, like perma farming your jungle when it gets to the point. I may have bit off too much right there. And what I like to do is I like Steric's third generally in this build path. Really good survivability with this build. It makes it really hard to die. And it just gives you that kind of ability haste scaling. And then I go generally into like grudge and stuff. It's more about not getting bursted. There's opportunity with this build, you can easily get bursted, but with Sterix, you don't really get bursted as well. So I find it to have a lot of success in my build path. Now I'm not gonna die at all. So like it's impossible for me to die now. Then I go into grudge for that extra shred, and then from there, last item is a bit of a, you know, it's like what you feel in the current situation. You can go MR, you can get like a force of nature or something like that. You can go into armor, you can get like a GA, DD, Randuins, right? It's really flexible. The more important thing is to just, when you get to this point, just be smart. Here, this play, I'm going to use the movement speed from the brush. Scale R, so we have quite happy condition. You gotta watch out for Pike. He has a lot of damage. And yeah, just have this kind of playstyle in your mind. You're gonna be getting so much LP if you copy this. Very much sick of winning. Here I'm gonna get the movement speed, go on the Shyvana, keep my Q stacks going, make sure to ghost as well. Dodge the Tom Q. Oh my god, I actually died. Okay, maybe I lied about not dying. Dude, my stacks was down. Back Sterix. This guy's so tanky. But that might be game. But yeah, this build, I usually go into like the Whisper after. Really good. The grudge slowing just helps you so much with the damage and slow. I mean, people stack armor. You're gonna need the grudge for that. Might not be GG, but we did get one more tower. So last Whisper is the first component I want. Bye-bye, Quinn. I think I'm gonna just go on the map fast. No need to wait. Yeah, the reason you need the last Whisper, the grudge is really important. People, base armor goes up a lot, and a lot of times people will stack armor too. And if you want to sell Ghostblade for like a different mythic later, you can always sell it for Stridebreaker or Gorgunker. Those are like the best mythics I find. I'm gonna go for Kale here. Just want to push her. I just need my W to go. Oh, close, close. Alright, I lied. I died twice more after what I said. I lied a bit. Clean up. Ooh, Swain hurts though. All right, let's hopefully we don't stumble while we're winning. Also, they're just gonna lose this tower. Is this a backdoor angle? Probably don't need to backdoor. No, I think your tower is gone by. And my team is like not that good, right? So I have to make sure I don't throw. If I die again, it could be risky, but what we need to do is close out the game. So closing out the game is just important to play for objectives like Baron. But starting it right away is just a rage bait. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a pick first. Or I'm going to make sure we have like a bit of vision to see where they are. Like Swain's a problem, right? He's the one who brings a lot of damage to fight me. So we have to watch out for that. I think starting is a bit risky. They'll definitely check. But I think what's good is to just invade. It's a goddamn party. It's a goddamn party! Pull me in, buddy. It's a party. Alright, GG. Yeah, I mean, just get the fight before you do the Baron. If I did the Baron there, it could have been a risk. It's not a terrible risk, but it's definitely a risk that we don't need to take. But once we push and we gotta fight, you know, it's just GG. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to be making a lot of different content. So yeah, take care. Good luck in your games and good luck in the climb.